Welcome back. Today we're gonna try and not fuck up a perfectly good running car. I have a few things on the Impala that I need to get done. It keeps getting nicer, and I keep wanting to drive the car. I have been driving the car around town, and there's a few things I need to button up. Some parts of the air ride setup were kind of rushed or quote unquote temporary, and nothing is more permanent than a temporary fix, right? Um, so I got a bunch of airlines I need to take off and reseal. They came with the factory seal stuff on them, and it's not really that good. So we're gonna PTFE tape all of the fittings on the car, or try to, which is a lot. And I should have done it from the start, but I was trying to rush it. The car was in a spot that it needed moved at the time because they were coming to redo the roof, and the car was at what. Anyways, so I rushed it just to get it movable, and now I got to go back through. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the fittings leak at least a little bit. The rear less than the front, but I'm still just gonna do it all. The valves, the lines, I got to get in and take the fitting out of the bags. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna do like a bolt check, make sure all the bolts are still nice and tight, because I have been like kind of hopping the car and being, acting a fool. So I just want to go through and make sure everything is tight. I do need to get the battery secured. There's one thing that I did not do. So I'm gonna get the battery secured, get these airlines sealed up, and I also need to tuck the lines that go from the rear, because you can see them hanging down a little bit. Again, it was all kind of rushed a little bit just for the sake of getting the car to raise up and be able to move when I needed. But now I keep driving it and I can't, you know what I mean? I can't leave it like that. So we're gonna go through here and get busy. We got a long day ahead of us. All right, we got stands on the car in the front. I got some bricks under the car in the back. All we're gonna do is just let all the air out, so we don't have any accidents while we're working on the system. So we're gonna do that. And I'll probably disconnect the battery. This is what it looks like on each side, right? So we got this side and this one. These ones are flipped Same shit on this side, same thing in the back. I tried tightening one of them by hand and I got it pretty good, but it's kind of stuck now, not all the way tight. So I'm gonna run to a buddy's house and just throw these in the vise real quick, because then it'll take 2 seconds versus me fighting this stuff for an hour or so. When I was digging around in the trunk, getting the valves out, I found some other issues that I'm going to address while I got it all kind of pulled out, because it is usually it's hidden like way up in the trunk. So while I got it all pulled out, there's a line that's kinked. I'm gonna do a different type of route, but anything I do to passenger side, I have to do on the other side as well, because the lines have to be the same length or it'll go up kind of funky, and go, you know what I mean, it'll go up at different speeds. So yeah, we're gonna chop up the rear lines, put a little 90 in out of the body, so that the lines don't kink where they're at, which is fine. I kind of knew I was gonna have to do that eventually. Like I said, this was all kind of a temporary thing that stayed more permanent than I wanted it to. Having shorter lines will make the rear go up a lot quicker. So I'm sure the kink's not helping as well. Basically, what I'm going to do for the 90s is I'm going to run this one. The kinks part will get cut, and this will go in there. I'm going to run the smallest amount of hose I can in between these two fittings right here, right? To just put a little dog leg in it, or whatever you want to call that. But yeah, so I'm going to end up doing that on both sides. I got enough fittings, I got enough hose, we'll be good. These things fucking rock. If you have airlines like this is probably one of the best cutters that I've found. It doesn't crush them. It's nice and clean. You can take it apart and you can sharpen it if you need to, but mine hasn't gotten dull. But this thing kicks ass. This is what it looks like with just that little piece of hose. Just to show you here, I actually found 2 kinks once I pulled the line further through the trunk floor. So this kink here, I didn't even see this one. I saw this one up here. I cut this part off and whatever, the rest is getting used. But there was a kink here that I knew about, and then this kink down here I couldn't even see. This was through the floor. So this kink has been there for I don't even know how long. So that's what I mean about just checking your setup sometimes. Because even though it's functioning fine, you may have some problems somewhere that you don't know about. So like I said, saw this one, was gonna take care of it. I didn't even see this one, and it was way worse. So lucky we're pulling this shit apart today and getting to it. Got the valves back in. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I didn't film it because I was kind of frustrated. Not gonna lie, the back valves kicked my ass. You know, I made an effort to make all this stuff like super hidden, and it looks great when it's all hidden, but trying to take it apart and put it all back together and keep it hidden, very frustrating. So I got all those back in. I'm letting the battery charge. I'm gonna fill the compressor up. I'm gonna lift the car all the way. Then I'm gonna attack the lines that are hanging down. Everything else seems like it works good. I tested it with no air. Seems like all the valves are working good. We'll see here in a minute. One thing I gotta say is slow the fuck down. Like I said, I was getting kind of irritated. I rushed through some things and accidentally left the wire disconnected for the compressor. Accidentally left the hose disconnected in the back, and I went to fire up everything. The compressor wouldn't turn on, and I fixed that. And then once I fixed that, the tank wouldn't fill up, you know. So I had a few issues because I was annoyed and I was trying to just rush things. So slow the fuck down, make sure everything is how it needs to be. But I think we got it. It seems like we got all the leaks figured out, except for one. And I think it's at the bag on the passenger side rear. Because everything else is sealed up, I think it's leaking from the bag, which I can't get the wrench in there. I went in there and snugged all the bolts, they were all fine, but I can't get to the fitting without taking the bag out. So that's gonna be something for another day, but all the other leaks, it seem like are fine. I won't know for a couple days. We'll see how long. I usually park it with the ass down, so we'll see how long it stays at with the ass up, and that'll tell me if it's still leaking or not. Thank you guys for coming to hang out. I know it's been kind of up and down here, but we got this. Looks like we got a win. Y'all take care.